Greetings. If things go well, I intend to do some farm tending, head over to Ginger Island for the last puzzle piece for the as usual, our first stop is the tube. Bad habit we haven't lost from the cities. So, tomorrow's weather, although it doesn't necessarily matter for this stream, it's clear tomorrow. And tomorrow Ginger Island is going to be clear too. Fortune teller, the spirits are, drumroll please, or at least a little toy, neutral. D is in your hands. And we've got no living off the land or off today. So let's head over to the chests, because I have to reclaim my tools from yesterday when I went, well, I guess it was night before last. I did some mining. Alright, let's see. I'll pick up all of the rest of that later. Right now, I just want my tools. Doop, doop. Nope. Pear, shears, rod. And axe. Pan. I don't really need the pan. I never use it. But I carry it with me just in case I get a wild here. I'm not very good at the panning thing, because the strange thing about the spots is that they always spawn in a place that the tracker that is part of Stardew Access can't get me to. The best you can do is get within a couple of units of that spot. There's usually a way, but the only way to find it is for me to freeze time. And even then I don't always succeed. Anyway, we have... Well, this is a messed up inventory order. So pardon me, I need to change this. Let's see. Let's move the hoe to number 1. Let's move the scythe to number 2. Then wheel the watering can in position 3. The shears in 4. The milk pail in 5. We'll leave the pan in slot 6. We'll move the galaxy sword to the end. And there's the axe and the iridium rod. After the pickaxe and before the sword. Now we've got some frozen geodes. I'll have to visit Clint. Eel that I don't expect to need today. But it's, let's see. The light blue chest is over here. So we'll drop it off. And all of these tools, aquamarine ring off too, because I won't need that, and I'm not going to the Adventurers Guild today to sell it. Okay, so what we have is a first row of inventory that is nearly completely full, which is a pain, but it is what it is. Because in my experience, when you don't have it, you need it. So here we go. Outside, we've got mail. Unlike yesterday, there are no NPCs outside. Shane, well, let's see. When I say there are no NPCs outside, I mean there are no hard events where somebody comes visiting you, giving you a sculpture or what have you. Shane, however, is here. He's the hubby. Let's see what he's got to say. First of all, I'd like to figure out how to kiss him. Pressing C talks to him, doesn't kiss him. And as far as I can tell, the right click doesn't do anything either. I'll have to ask about that later. Alright, anyway. Shane says he fed the animals, which means that he did nothing, although that's not his fault, because I already had deluxe coops and barns. Well, one each, not plural. And they do that. They give the animals the feed anyway. But it's the thought that counts. Okay, so we just collected some deluxe fishing bait, which we may need tonight when we go to because there's a submarine. I love going down there. Okay. Sandy, says, "Greetings from Calico Desert. Come and visit me sometime. I'm lonely out here, basically." And she sent a cactus fruit. Cool. Now, next up in the harvestable goods is 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay, that was 2 packages of dried mushrooms. Piece of refined quartz, I think it was, from the recycling machine. Okay, and a jade, which is always useful. A couple hundred easy gold. I love crystallarium. Or you can actually hang on to it and trade it for things, or use it for enchantments in your weapons, or what have you. So, I'm going to put these mushrooms in the bin, and I will hold on to the refined quartz and the jade because I have a tendency to hold on to resources. And they have uses. Next up on the route, we will... Let's go see what this forageable thing is about. And if you're curious about time, as I've been doing this, it's already 9:50, 10 o'clock in the game, in the morning. So there's the artifact. It's a winter root. And let's go pet... Whoops. Let's go pet Sam. He's the dog. He's the pet. But I'll have to take the word of visual people for that. Here's Sam. Okay. And I'm looking for his bowl, his pet bowl. Apparently, though, it is somehow full because it's not showing up. Whatever. Sam's wagging his tail, doing his happy dance, but he's kind of blocking the road. Alright, here we go. Next up on the route is the coop, chicken coop. I've got chickens. Oh well, Sam's still in my way. Okay, the music's starting. It says it's noon. So I'm going to actually freeze time, because otherwise I'm going to run out of time again, as always. I have this mod. Even when I'm not talking, it's a lot slower. Oh, I missed that. The caviar is ready too. Caviar. And into the bin it goes. Now, as we were, we're headed to the chicken coop. And I have 2 white chickens, a brown chicken, a duck, a rabbit, a void chicken, and a dinosaur. Because so you can pet one, but it moves even if you're trying to harvest it simultaneously. I really wish that the sensible thing happened and these animals had stalls when they were in the barn. As I talk, I'm trying to chase them down and pet various things. Another thing that happens a lot is the animals will literally get in your way. So, for example, you're trying to harvest a cow, but a goat gets in the way, or a pig gets in the way, you know, that kind of thing. That's annoying. So yeah, it would definitely be... See, it just happened again there. Where one animal moves and another gets in the way. But yeah. Definite quality of life improvement if the damn animals would stay still when they're in a barn, because they'd be kept in a stall or something. At least, it seems like to me. On the other hand, I guess... Ah yes. Unable to be noticed in all the racket is that the sheep is ready with some wool. We've got some wool, and I've had the sheep long enough that it's usually pretty good quality. Which is a very fake mechanic to use, that an animal is going to produce a better quality product because it likes you. But whatever. Now we're collecting cheese. And I only had one going because I'm getting kind of picky about which milks I use for cheese and which I don't. The youngest cow isn't producing large milk yet, so that pretty much automatically relegates its milk to the cheese bin. But sometimes, not always, but sometimes, I look at what quality of milk I get cows and the goats. Like today, this wool is only silver quality, so yeah, I look at it for the sheep too. And the rabbit, because the rabbits produce wool too, which is just weird, but okay. Today it's only silver quality, which means that it's going to go over to the loom in a moment and be made into cloth, which is worth a little bit more. But if the wool is gold or iridium quality, it's actually worth the cloth, which is also weird, by the way. So let's see. We've got some milk, and the other 2 more mature cows both produced iridium milk today, so that'll be going into the shipping bin. And there is no goat milk today. So, again, we only do 1 cheese this time. The iridium milk is actually worth more, I think, than the cheese. Even gold quality cheese. Let's see. Two large milk, $7.60 gold. I believe gold quality regular cheese is like $3.45 as opposed to the regular being $2.30. Um, meh, it might be a few gold more for cheese, even with iridium quality, but I don't particularly worry about it. It almost depends on my mood as to whether I want to do cheese or milk. Because I'm not a specifically min-max farmer. I'm just trying to have a little bit of fun. So the animals are finally done. And let's head over to the shipping bin and drop things off. I have not done any planting this winter, although I could. I've got lots of seeds, and specifically powder melon, which is a winter crop. But this season I've been focused on Ginger Island, and so I just haven't been particularly worried about growing anything on the fields. I also, have a greenhouse. Okay, so the eggs are going into the bin, and the milk bin. And I think this time I will... Yeah, that's what I forgot to do. I forgot to put the wool on the loom, so yeah, I'll head back over right quick and do that. And then I'll head inside and make hubby happy with some pepper poppers, which are among his favorite. And I'll use this fresh cheese, because you just can't get any better. Well, technically I guess with cheese you can, but I've got some of that aging and down in the cellar, so... Anyhow, let's see. Here's the loom. Here's the wool. And somehow, it's making 2 cloths with this. That's good stuff, because it's double the money. My character is not a fashionista in any way, shape, or form. She just kind of wears whatever tickles her fancy at the moment. Like right now, she's wearing a mystery shirt and mystery hat, I believe, and who knows what those look like. I'm blind, I couldn't tell you. So, finally, have the animals taken care of, and we're gonna go and... Actually, we're gonna check on the fish pond first. I don't remember them asking for anything yesterday, the last time I looked at this, first time I tried to stream this. But we'll see. Fish say they're fine. No particular requests at the moment. There'll be one of those soon enough. So now we're off to the farm. And we're gonna load Shane up with a good lunch. Over to the stove with us. There we go. And speaking of crops, I've got a greenhouse with a lot of stuff growing in it. I've got blueberries, strawberries, peppers, corn, grapes, broccoli. Oh, goodness, what else? I mean, I got lots of stuff. Okay, here's Shane. Oh, well, Angela, how'd you know this is my favorite? Maybe because I'm married to you. Enjoy lunch, honey. So, we'll head on over to the greenhouse. I don't have the absolute optimal layout. Haven't been able to figure that mess out. I don't really try that hard either. But there are some iridium sprinklers in there that cover most of it. But not all. So there's always a few things that need watering. And there are, if I recall correctly, a bunch of things too. So here's the ancient fruit, says give me water. Here's a tomato. Something else I grow for Shane because he likes pizza. Here's a harvestable grape. Here's a tomato wanting some wawa. Strawberry. And another strawberry. And everything is watered now. So now we do the harvesting. Got beets growing out here. Got some cactus fruit that's not... There's another beet. And another. And some broccoli. And another beet. And another beet. And here's a tomato. And another one. And a grape. And another grape. I keep the grapes because I'm working up a stock of Junimo feed for once I get their hut built. Here's a hot pepper. And another. And a silver tomato. And since no strawberries are used in recipes, as I was saying, is shameful, I could probably turn it into preserves, but I just don't necessarily do that all the time. Into the gold hot pepper, into the bin. Some silver hot peppers. And some silver corn. And that fills up the mini shipping bin. But it also makes room for this blueberry. And ironically enough, all that, and that was the last crop. So off to the big bin with us. I'm going to hold on to the cactus fruit for the moment. I suspect I have to have 5 of similar quality. This one's just common. I've got some better quality in the house, I think, but I want to hold on to that winter root. And the jade. I'm going to put them all in the house. I'm going to hold on to the grapes too for Junimo food. They like raisins. I'm going to hang on to the 3 beets because there's a recipe I need to cook that uses them. So we'll put the silver corn in. Blueberry in. Let's see, that was silver, I think. Didn't say. Let me pick it up. Yep, 1 silver blueberry. The common tomato, I'll keep that. 5 common blueberries. I could make a blueberry tart, I guess. But I've got, I think, several blueberries already saved up, so I'll sell them today. Common broccoli, I'll keep that, I guess. Silver green bean into the bin. I'll keep the common ones. And I think I'll sell the peppers and corn today, even though they're the common food I usually keep for around the house, because I've got a bunch of both, so... Sure about the beans either, but I'll sell them today. There'll be more in a few days if not. If I want them before then, well, I've probably got some in the house. I'll do the same with the broccoli too. Alright, so that is the farm dealt with. And I have a little bit of business on Ginger Island that I must do today, even though it doesn't make sense to go out so far that some people consider it a major trip. And it had better be, judging by the cost. Because it's a rainy day, and I have to do this on a rainy day. Do I have anything I have to take with me? Yeah, I'm going to take, if I've got any, I believe I do, some wheat and some garlic and a sprinkler. Because according to the Wikipedia article that I had to do some research on for the Gourmand Frog, that's the other 2 crops he's going to want. I've got a lot of seeds, but it's a question of finding the right seed. Let's see, here's some wheat. So we'll take one of those. Here's some rice. And we'll take a quality sprinkler. Some garlic. And since I'm taking a quality sprinkler with me that'll handle 8 tiles, I'm going to take some kale. And how about a rhubarb? And I'll plant some taro, I think it's pronounced, tubers. I got like 37 of them, so I may as well plant one. Let's see, what's the other one I want to do? Squash. It's something I can pick up and just throw in the bin every time I go that way. So let's see. According to Wikipedia, I'm going to need melon, wheat, and garlic. And I'm also bringing along taro, rhubarb, and kale. I've got room for one more then. Money mo, what crop? Let's do something else that'll keep producing regularly. I've got a bunch of strawberry seeds, so we'll just take one of those because they're pretty good. Last Desert Festival, I didn't have anything in particular to do with a bunch of my calico eggs on strawberry seeds. Poor Pierre. Poor Pierre. He won't get any strawberry seed money from me this year because I've still got 52. Okay. The melon seed should be available tonight at the market, and it'll be planted next time I go out that way, because I'm going to buy some of them. Let's go. And if you heard anything strange, that'll be my caller ID. I don't recognize the number. I don't answer numbers I don't know, because these days even a local number looks like a damn telemarketer. Actually, these days even local, if they're actually local, which they rarely are. Anyway, that is off topic and not germane. Excuse me. Call it a pet peeve. Just like I won't get into politics on this stream, I'll try to keep real life to a minimum. Somebody got in the way. Let's try this again. I didn't see who was in the way. Just randomly said target unreachable. So we're going to try that again. Third time's the charm. And we're going to go straight to the fish shop. Straight on through to the boat tunnel. And over to the ticket machine, which by the way is robbery. I fixed this damn boat and this ticket machine. Why are you charging me? Willie owes anybody who does this for him several free rides at least, because he asks for 5 iridium bars, which is worth 5,000 gold also at selling price, and if Clint sold them it'd be more expensive still. Then he needs 5 battery packs. Those sell at 500 in the shipping bin, which would be another 2,500. And if they were being bought at a shop, it would of course be worth at least double that. Then of course there's the 200 hardwoods. So I'm just not impressed with having to pay for these trips, just like I wasn't really impressed with having to pay for the bus stops. So when I get warp totems for both, or better yet obelisks, they will both be unhappy. Just a moment. Okay, beg pardon, I needed to check on something. I had hit the left bracket, but for some reason the app didn't take it, so now we're on the road. Well, on the water. Anyway. I can't help wondering what's going on in this animation, because if it's a rowboat, what's the fire sound for? He doesn't need steam. And there are no steam engine sounds, so I don't understand that. I'm blind, I don't understand any animations. Onward. Let's go. West entrance. There it is. There's the Topaz Gem bird. It's west. So we're going to fire up the combat drone in case we happen to run across some tiger. Once I pick up the Topaz, I intend to run across some tiger slimes. Seeing as I'm here, I might as well whack a few. There's our Topaz. go with the slimes. There's all of that. And the parrots want 20 nuts to build the something or other out here. I'm not sure exactly. This may be the one where they offer to repair it and make it a resort. I'm not worried about that yet. Artifact spot. May as well dig that up, see what we get. Because I am well short of 100 and whatever walnuts it takes to unlock everything. I've only got about 66, I believe. Oops. Okay, the professor will appreciate that. That is it for artifacts. Let's see. Let's go check the muscle stone, see if we get anything good. Last time I tried this, I just got fish. By the way, it's weird to have fish and rocks, but whatever. Just one? Okay. Well, that's done too then. So we'll head back south so we can go north. This island really is a mess in its layout. I wish it had been a lot simpler. But this is supposed to be, I guess, late game advanced stuff. So the assumption is you're prepared for this. And you'll just tolerate the annoyance. And so far I have done so. So, let's go to the east side first and put this topaz in place just to get it out of the way. Because I may be on the north side for a little bit, because I've got to do debris and fossil stones over there, looking for things for the professor. Ah, fiddlehead fern. Okay, we'll pick those up. That has its uses too in cooking. Just one. Alright. Island Shrine. West pedestal. Topaz. Let's go. And we solved that. And I just realized that I was a total dunce and didn't plant the things I brought here to plant when I was on the west side. So, let's go do that, because we may need the inventory space if we get anything good. I forgot to tell you, I forgot to go into that farm cave and tell you about the frog. Let's... Island Farm Cave entrance. We'll go there first. That way I can tell you about this frog. Cormon frog. You must grow for me that sweet delight which is both pink and juicy. Now, being blind, I don't know what that is, because I don't think of melons as pink. So, after he gives you that riddle, do not pluck it from the earth. I wish to see it in its natural state. You have something to show me? 1 yes, 2 no. Afraid not. Not today. Now, we'll go out. And let's see. We've got some clearance between us and the cave. Let's see if we can stick it here. Just All these sprinklers. Then one, two, let's see. This is why my farm never like people think it should, because I'm not very good at plotting this. Like right now, I've got one too far north. Let's see. Plant that right. Angela standing on the soil. Then we till that. Move a little bit west, have it face west. Till that. And we will plant wheat. Garlic. Well, kale is there. Kale actually ended up in the middle, which is okay, whatever. So let's get Angela standing on the garlic. And some more hoeing. Rhubarb. And move her so she's standing on the rhubarb. And we hoe. And tuber. Then we turn west. Where's she now? The harvest, I went too far south. No. Angela's standing on the taro root. Got it face west. This is a major pain. This is why I don't do this layout the way, you know, the sprinklers are set up. And I just end up spinning because this is not easy, really. So there's some squash. Correction. Hoe. Oh, gotta focus something and take it again. No, I didn't see what I got. I was tapping past the cactus thing. There's some. Now we put her on the squash and we hoe. Do some strawberries. Where'd they go? There they are. And then we've got just enough room for the melon when I get that at the market. Now we've got a sprinkler set up to keep things watered because I don't intend to come over here every day. And I didn't bother to fertilize because, like I said, it did, you know, every day I'm not coming over, so. And I don't have any particular goals at the moment that require a special quality crop, so just letting it grow normally is okay. I've got tiller and agriculturist from the farming professions, so. Okay, here we go back south, so we can go more. And now we're gonna wind up the pig. It's gonna be